All right, guys, so we just finished up our t-shirt and I have another fun project here for you. So I went ahead and got a little bit ahead of you guys because I already know that you guys know how to do it. And what I did is I just taped our beautiful stencil here on our doormat. And here's a trick for you. I'm actually using a wall stencil on this because the bigger that the stencils are, it's going to be easier to work with this material. You know, I originally wanted to do this really intricate, very light and feminine detailed work on this. And because this fabric is just so porous and thick, it's just not going to work. So that's something that you guys need to keep in mind when you're working with different types of fabric materials. So I picked out this fun chevron pattern, and we're just going to go ahead and get started. And unlike our other projects, I'm actually loading it up with a bunch of paint because you're going to notice that this is super absorbent. So you're going to need a lot more paint. And of course, when you're tracking your feet on this every day, you know, this is going to have a lot of wear and tear. So we got to make sure that we have some paint, a good couple layers of this paint, so it just doesn't, you know, go away after the first use. Now you're probably wondering, well, why didn't I use a stencil roller? You probably get this done way easier and faster, right? Well, because we're working with this fiber that also has different levels, it's kind of, you know, has like some knots and texture to it. That's not going to be that's not going to be the best option for doing a roller because you just won't get into those little crevices like I am able to do with my stencil brush. All right, gang, welcome back. Let's see how this looks. Fabulous! I love it. It's gorgeous. Now this is really easy to see. I'm just going to make sure touching up everything, but everything looks pretty darn good. And you know, I like it that you can kind of see different textures because after all, this is why we got this doormat, is because of the beautiful texture. So it's totally okay if you see a little bit more brown in your stencil and some parts are a little bit more white. That's totally fine. Now we're going to repeat this pattern. So I just lined it up as best as I could and I taped it down with our blue painter's tape. So now it's just time to stencil where we left off. All right, well, we just did the big reveal of our next stencil, and the two color combo is so fun and inviting. And once this dries, it's going to be a great treat for your feet. Because it's a doormat, you know.
I'm going to show you how to decorate your own pillow with a stencil. I've got my basic pillow cover and my pillow form and all of my stencil supplies.